We are ready to go into game number 6. This is the game where the ace player for Evil Genius has, well, shown up. It is JaeDong. JaeDong gets another chance, another take it, San. Let's see if he can make it work this time. To the bottom left of the map we have the Evil Genius. He's also the only one who was able to win a map today so far. He took down Has earlier today, then he lost against San, and from there on out San took down JYP and Huck, and now Evil Genius finds himself in a 1-4 situation in this team match. To the top right we have San. We have the Protoss player for the Taiwanese team. It's the Korean player, and he has done a great job. Of course, it didn't help that Evil Genius also had to endure a death loss because they did not send in a representative fast enough, not in time to announce their first players, and the admins immediately said like, sorry boys, but rules are rules, and it is already, we are starting this team match with a 1-0 lead for the FlashWolves. Next time I guess they will show up in ready in time, but for today it doesn't really help them. We have the forge opening here for San, and let's see what exactly JaeDong is trying to pull off this time. What is he doing? Is he, for now, trying to block the hatch, well, the Nexus at least, and I'm super eager to see what exactly is going to happen here. Will San really take down JaeDong again? Will it be the 5-1 for the FlashWolves, or is JaeDong at least starting a comeback, at least starting it? Even the indicator would be quite nice, because right now, before this match started, we had an 0-2 for Evil Genius in the league in team matches and a -6 indicator. So at this point, if they lose here right now, they would be, if San wins at least, they would be 0-3 and they would be at -10, which is absolutely crazy. At the beginning of the season, JaeDong and his friends, the Evil Genius, looked a little bit stronger, and everybody was saying like, alright, they will at least end up in the playoffs, but that's not the case at all right now. They really need a few wins. They have been facing strong teams, don't get me wrong. It's not like they were up against the pushover so far. They were facing really strong teams, and that's one of the main reasons why they lost here. Team Acer, for example, is currently with a 4-0 all the way at the top of the rankings. We have Team Liquid with a 3-0. So these teams are super strong, and it's no shame losing to them. But still, Evil Genius, they need to start a bit of a comeback here in the league if they want to reach the playoffs and have a shot to win this season and, of course, go to the offline finals. For now, we have the double expansion for JaeDong. He already started his third base down here all the way at the bottom. As you can see, we have the Overlord making its way over to the top right. The same is also true for the Zerglings. Won't be able to sneak past here though. The Photon Cannon is already in position. We have the gateway started, and the expansion for San is also here. One of the things that most Protoss players do on this map, especially with those starting positions now, is go into a robo and then take that island expansion. It's a very popular build these days, because you can basically get a third base for free. That's kind of what happens there. And then you use the War Prison to harass the Zerg player a little bit. Go, for example, for Immortal drops, for Sentry drops, to something along those lines. Drop a couple of Zealots in the mineral lines and try to maybe even surround the Queen and take it out. That's usually what we see on this map. The Probe is still trying to sneak past the Zerglings, and I guess in the end it works out. Is able to go cross-map and confirm that there's a third base. The Zergling won't be able to take it out before that happens. To the bottom left, we have now double gas taken 5 minutes and 15 seconds into the game. So far, no gas for him. We have 25 against 27 Harvesters. Probe double checking, seeing the third base and being like, alright, third base as already assumed. And I'm just gonna wait for, I'm waiting for the robo. I would be surprised to see anything else. Like, of course, the Stargate opening is great against Zerg in general, but on this map in particular, usually we see the robotics, and there it is for the reasons mentioned earlier. I would be quite surprised to not see that War Prism immediately being built and then San taking the base that he can take over here. Sometimes we see counter-aggression with Roach Hydra against it, and that works out quite well. We have seen a couple of games where, for example, Tefl was going up against opponents like First and making sure that that particular strategy worked in his favor. But I'm not quite sure what JaeDong is going to do here. We're going to see him probably with a bit of a different approach here. The speed upgrade has already started for his Zerglings, and we see the Roach run on the production tab as well. San, on the other hand, getting the Harvester in the game, getting a couple of gateways. 3 gateways already. That puts his gateway count up to 4 immediately, and that allows him to be really aggressive against the expansion that we see for JaeDong, that third base. He can move in with the warp prison that we have already. Just simply drop one probe over here and then move straight against the third base, for example. Go for the warp ins, try to put some pressure on, try to maybe snipe that hatch. And if he snipes the hatch, that would be absolutely amazing for Sun. He could go into a third base on his own and do that. Overlord does not really confirm yet that there might be a base. And let's see if we see the probe over there immediately. Here comes the warp prism. And no, he doesn't drop the... Oh, there we go. Alright. Picks the probe up in the end, moves over to the island, and, well, we're going to see the expansion that we already thought would be started. There it is. Third base on the way. +1 attack upgrade is done. And we see the Immortals starter. It's going to be Immortals for San, at least for now. And as I said already a little bit earlier today in our first match, San is a player that has absolutely great unit control and micro, and it's very, very dangerous to underestimate him. The thing is, though, that JaeDong doesn't even wait for him to attack. He's like, yeah, dude, you do whatever you want. I'm gonna attack you. And San is like, whoa, I guess I need a couple of units back at home. And he needs them fast, and he needs those cannons too. Suddenly, we have JaeDong moving in. JaeDong is not fucking around here. He's moving into the base right away, and that warp prison is just there in time to place a force field on the ramp. But it's a bit of a fail field, leaving a gap there. The cannons are not ready just yet. JaeDong is suddenly moving in with a lot of army supply, and this is game. JaeDong with a super aggressive build against San. And we were just talking about San trying to be aggressive on his own and getting a third base behind it, but scratch that. JaeDong with the first win here, or well, the second win for his team. Well played by him. And I guess now it's time for the FlashWolves to send out the next player into the team match here at the Acer TeamStory Cup.